After a 2 month hiatus, man, Joe Burrow returned to the Bengals starting lineup, and he wreaked havoc on that Baltimore defense, man. For Thanksgiving, man, he had a feast. Bengals defeat the Ravens 32-14. Bengals record is now 4-8. Baltimore Ravens dropped to 6-6, and they were coming into this game leading the AFC North, and now my Pittsburgh Steelers are right back in the number one spot. But we got to take care of business against Buffalo on Sunday. But nevertheless, back to this game. Biggest storyline of this game, biggest takeaway. Ravens had too many turnovers, man. 5 turnovers. The last turnover was so critical. Zay Flowers caught a great pass, and it was looking like the Ravens was gonna, head into scoring territory. But he fumbled, it was like a strip fumble. And I knew that. I'm like, oh, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Um, Lamar Jackson had a horrible game, 17-32. No scoring on his behalf. Not rushing nor passing. 246 passing yards, 1 interception. Thought he was going to have a touchdown to Isaiah Likely, who had 95 yards in this game. He had a big game, but he fumbled in the end zone. It was so costly, man. I'd be so confused with Baltimore's personnel. Coach Harbaugh, and I'm like, yo, Keon Mitchell is such a great running back. Like, why you don't play him more? Then you give him a carry and he get a touchdown, but he only get 2 carries. Derrick Henry only had 10 carries for 60 yards. It seemed like the run game was working. Why did you stop running? I don't understand that. It was a lot in this game, man, that didn't make sense. Bengals, on the other hand, they had time of possession by a landslide. The Bengals had 38 minutes to the Ravens 21, and Ravens had 4 fumbles, 1 interception. Bengals just had 1 fumble. Evan McPherson for the Bengals earned his check tonight, 6 of 6 for field goals. It was very clutch to make those field goals, because in games like this, touchdowns were hard to come by, and when they did get them, there was a nail in the coffin. It's always about being steady. Uh, Third downs, Ravens struggled. They were 3 of 10. Bengals was 8 of 19. One thing about Joe Burrow, man, he just got aura, man. Like, people use that word a lot now, but he's one of those people it really applies to. He's so cool under pressure. Even if he getting sacked, even if he turned the ball over, the poise, man, is like he been here before. And the Bengals definitely needed that, back in their offense. Salute to Joe Flacco, because he was holding it down, but his time has came and went. He's a Super Bowl champion, and I'm sure he would have wanted to play against the Ravens in this game. But Joe Burrow, man, came to work. He was very emotional after the game, and rightfully so, because I didn't even know how many injuries Joe Burrow has had to overcome. And most recently the turf toe. But man, Jordan had all type of injuries with his finger, wrist, and shoulder, all kind of stuff. Joe Burrow was 24-46, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, no turnovers. They really allowed Joe to, get back in the mix. 46 attempts is a lot of attempts. I mean, Brady had like 50 some attempts one time in one Super Bowl. So, he was airing it out, man. Chase Brown, 15 carries, 78 yards. Samaje Perine, I like him a lot. I'm so glad he get a lot of playing time over there. He had 14 carries for 39 yards. I believe he had a fumble, if I ain't mistaken. I think that's where the fumble came from. Jamar Chase, he was out there spitting on the field. No, I'm playing. 7 catches, 110 yards on 14 targets. Chase Brown caught an additional 7 receptions for 35 yards. He's a dual threat. I think Chase Brown gonna make the Pro Bowl this year. But anyway, Mitchell Tinsley had 9 targets. He only brought in 2. I was glad Joe was very aggressive with him because regardless of if he didn't get both feet down or if the ball got swatted down or it was a penalty, he just kept throwing to him. It's good because that just shows the confidence he has in his offense, man. Like that's very good. Uh Samaje Perine caught 2 receptions for 15 yards. Tanner Hudson got a touchdown catch. It was very clutch because he caught it on Kyle Hamilton. Uh, Another touchdown. Well, the second touchdown was to Andre, number 80. That was his only catch for 29 yards. Joe was out there, man. Joe was out there throwing that ball, man, and he was being very aggressive and spreading the wealth. And uh, you could just tell, the response from, Jamar Chase, man. He had his man back, and it made him happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was being fed the ball, even when he wasn't around. But the best players on the field bring the best out of whoever's playing, and I think that's what happened tonight with Joe Burrow. Jordan Battle on the Cincinnati Bengals defense. He had a forced fumble, 8 tackles. The best player on the Bengals defense was their defensive end, number 58, Joseph Asai. I think he got a game ball when I was watching the recap. He had 1 forced fumble, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, man. Great, great game for him. And the thing about defensive players is sometimes the stats don't show up of how they affect the game. Meaning like they may not have got a legit stat, but they cause commotion on the line of scrimmage and it wreaks havoc and opens up holes for linebackers to get through and other D linemen to take advantage. So it's like that's what Chris Jones did last week against the Colts. The stats didn't show it, but you know what I'm saying? He was just creating so much momentum for other players. DJ Turner got a fumble recovery as well. Demetrius Knight Jr. He got an interception. Jalen Davis got him a forced fumble, and Cedric Johnson had um, 2 fumble recoveries. Man, this defense was relentless tonight, man. The AFC North, man, it's gonna really get interesting. Um, everybody's everybody that got a bad record is somewhat catching fire. If the Browns beat the 49ers, they're gonna have the same record as the Bengals. Steelers, it's a must win for us against the Bills. I'm looking forward to that game. Uh, and the Ravens and the Steelers play each other twice, so each game is going to be literally a classic because playoffs is on the line. But I definitely see it being a split 1-1. I don't see neither team winning both of those games. And that's going to determine, who's going to win this division. Y'all drop a comment and give me your thoughts on this Thanksgiving matchup between the Bengals and the Ravens. Once again, Bengals defeat the Ravens 32-14. Record for the Bengals 4-8. Ravens drop 6-6, man. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Repost this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow me on Rumble at God Level Genes for more video breakdowns and other extravagant content. And most definitely subscribe and to the YouTube God Level Genes YouTube channel. I am James Vergato, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.